Hey Pisces, I'm here for another reading for you today, so feel free to take in a deep breath and connect with that inner source of yours so you can know what parts of this reading may be for you. Now the reading is going to be general and timeless. You could have Pisces anywhere in your birth chart, so just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't for the next person. And if you would like a personal reading, a private one-on-one session with me, Akashic Records, to join our upcoming 3-day online workshop, Boundless But Boundaries, on creating a soul-aligned reality, or to join our Soul Tribe and Plant Medicine Retreat next year in Puerto Rico, check out the box below. It has the website 144bluerosetemple.com, my email, the Patreon, and everything else it is that you will need. And just as always, thank you for your love, thank you for all of your support, and thank you for being here today. If my energy or my readings resonate with you, feel free to subscribe, go click on that notification bell, and go like that like button so you can know when the next reading does come out, and so I can connect more with your energy in the readings. All right, Pisces. Now I will say the only thing I'm seeing today is the solar plexus, and some of you are gluten-free. That's also what I'm seeing. Now gluten does have to do with the solar plexus, so for some of you, maybe this channel message is just coming through of either the solar plexus, or if you have sensitivity or new sensitivity to gluten, check out the solar plexus. All right. But in general, take what resonates with you, Pisces. Leave what doesn't for the next person. Let's see what the highest message is for you today. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, for Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Now I do see a cord being cut. What do we have for Pisces? What is this cord being cut? We have the angel gate, cleansing, protection, and blessing over here. All right, the angelic realm can resonate with you, even rainbows. Maybe you've seen a rainbow recently. We have cleansing, protection, and blessing. For Pisces, angel of strength over here. Oh, lots of angels, Pisces, angelic energy. For Pisces, so angels are surrounding you right now, Pisces. Why do we have cleansing, protection, blessing, angel of strength? Let your spirit guides, your spirit team, your angelic helpers take care of this, Pisces, is what's coming through. We do have rest and rejuvenation. Now, for some of you, there is an Archangel Michael light grid prayer that I'm going to upload to the Patreon today, okay? So feel free to check out the Patreon. You can also go look it up, the Crystal Grid Light Prayer. For Pisces, why do we have cleansing, protection, blessing, angel of strength, rest, and rejuvenation? Animals can just resonate with you in general. Some of you really connect with the even the animal realm. Now, for some of you, like the shamanic realm, I'm seeing upper, middle, lower world. For Pisces, why do we have cleansing, protection, blessing, angel of strength, rest, and rejuvenation? Pisces. I'm going to grab just a few more cards. Oh, now some of you, you did some plant medicine. You did some plant medicine, or you're being called. Like this reading is actually coming through because you're being called by a specific plant medicine spirit. You don't know exactly what it is. Could be the mushies, could be Aya, could be combo, could be tobacco. Whatever it is, could be the toad. This plant medicine spirit's calling you through this reading. It's what I'm seeing is you've already connected. And for some of you, what I'm seeing is it's a leaf. I'm seeing burning of a leaf. Now that could be like, Aya making the ayahuasca, but there's a plant medicine spirit. And what's coming through is this is not the first time. And that's how you're going to know that this reading is for you. This plant medicine spirit has called you more than once. But this plant medicine spirit is wanting to come through very loud in this reading. And as a confirmation of like, no, this plant medicine spirit has really been calling you. Now, for some of you, this is not going to resonate with all Pisces is what I'm hearing. Some of you are extrasensory perception. If you are ESP, extrasensory perception, this next message is not for you. For those of you who have had a hard time clearing the third eye, seeing the other realms and worlds, that's also why plant medicine is calling you. It wants to support you in expanding your gifts and removing blockages and obstacles from the third eye and of your spiritual gifts. We have sacred medicine and expand your consciousness. For Pisces, we're not going to grab this deck. We're going to grab this deck. And when you do, you either have already done some sort of plant medicine ceremony, retreat, or you're being called to. And this is your confirmation of like, yeah, plant medicine's been calling you. Cleansing, protection, blessing. When you do this ceremony, this retreat, it could be by yourself that you're being called to or already did. It could be with a shaman, medicine man or woman, friends, whatever that this is. It cleanses you spiritually. And it brings in a blessing, actually. It completely expands you. Like there's some sort of awakening that you had or will have with this experience, okay? Definitely, you are someone who has a shamanic oversoul, or you're being called to shamanism. What do we have for... And for some of you, you are already on the red path. What do we have for Pisces? For cleansing, protection, blessing, sacred medicine, expand your consciousness, rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, there's a plant medicine that is really calling you because it wants to support your journey of healing. This ceremony, this retreat, this whatever it is for you, it either already happened or you're being called to, Pisces, and this is the confirmation to do it. Not only is it going to help with your ascension, it's going to help you in calling back soul fragments and spiritual gifts. This is also going to cleanse your energy. This plant medicine spirit's coming through so strongly, Pisces, all right? We should maybe create an oracle deck of all the different plant medicines. This, for some of you, it's either the mushrooms, right? Aya, toad, combo, whatever resonates with you. But a plant medicine spirit is calling you. And it's going to be different for, however you resonate. But I'm seeing the upper, middle, lower worlds. The upper worlds would be the angelic realm, right? The lower worlds, the middle worlds are actually the animal realm. So whatever resonates with you, I do see a lot of multidimensional travel, Pisces. Chills as I say that, where either you have already multidimensionally traveled or you're actually being called to travel multidimensionally. But what this plant medicine spirit is saying is like there's some sort of cleansing that it's through the plant medicine. It's not through another way. The plant medicine is going to, what I'm really seeing, Pisces, is release something, rip something away, remove something. And I'm seeing like light coming in where you have some sort of awakening. All right, there's something it is that you've been wanting to release, that you've been trying to clear. For some of you, through candle work, through Reiki sessions, through this, through that. It clears through this plant medicine. What do we have for Pisces? For sacred medicine and expand your consciousness. Divine alchemy, we do have move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. All right. Yeah, there's a blessing that comes through this, Pisces. Confirmation here, expand your consciousness, soul expansion. Especially for those Pisces that you... Again, this is actually not for the extrasensory perception, although it may be, where you're actually being called to open yourself up. For some of you Pisces, you want to see more. You're wanting to hear more, to experience more. And I am seeing it's some sort of plant medicine that works with you and that's already calling you. It's actually going to bring in blessings for you as well. For Pisces, why do we have sacred medicine, expand your consciousness, cleansing, protection, and blessing? You do have meditate, all right? Yeah, the spiritual realm is definitely calling you, Pisces. Reward for hard work, gura gula, prayer or ritual. Now, gura gula can resonate with you. Gura gula is bringing you in some sort of blessing, soul aligned. It could be maybe like the mentor, the teacher, the soul tribe, the medicine. Now we do have prayer and ritual over here. Confirmation, Pisces, you are being called into prayer, into some sort of ritual, into maybe ceremony or retreat, into meditation and rejuvenation. But Pisces, you're being called to connect with spirit in some way, shape, or form. All right. And I am seeing like a portal where maybe the plant medicine is the portal. Maybe it's your altar. Maybe it's meditation. You're being called, though, Pisces, to come home to spirit. And you do get a reward for your hard work. There's a blessing that comes from this. All right, for Pisces, why do we have sacred medicine, expand your consciousness, cleansing, protection, blessing? Why do we have sacred medicine, expand your consciousness, cleansing, protection, and blessing? Why do we have sacred medicine, expand your consciousness, cleansing, protection, and blessing, Pisces? This is bringing a blessing over here. Oh, big on the expansion. 3 of Wands has everything. You have expand 4 times already, Pisces, and we just started your reading. All right. Heavy on this plant medicine spirit, great spirit, God, whatever resonates with you, is being called for you to expand. Now, we are approaching Sagittarius season, which rules expansion. Whenever you watch this, it can be for you. We do have Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, and it's asking us to expand our thoughts and our beliefs. Ashe. As soon as I say that, I get a message that says Ashe. All right? Ashe can resonate with you, but it's also just confirmation, Pisces. All right? Yeah, get into your prayer. Get into your ritual. For some of you, it's going to actually be a ceremony or a retreat. It's bringing in blessings over here, you know, and that's remember telling someone months ago, it's not, sometimes when you go into the feminine energy, which is the surrender, the rest, the release, you know, intuition, emotions, things like that, it still brings you the blessings. You know, how do we receive blessings? Not always by doing, which I find it funny that I dressed up as my masculine energy today. And Spirit's saying, hey, it's not always with the masculine energy that things actually come in. It's through the feminine, but through release, right? And the way our minds work, right? Expanding your consciousness. We don't always think of like, well, if I take 3 days off of work and I do all this purging with this plant medicine, I'm going to receive something. You know, a lot of people, and I see this all the time, and I've even thought that as well before too, where it's like, what? Well, I got to pay for this medicine, and then I got to take 3 days off, and then I'm going to be purging. What do I get from that? That's our limited mindset and belief that we have to be in our masculine energy to receive, where I can't actually tell you how many retreats or ceremonies that I actually made money from doing it, you know, where I'll mention this. There was one ceremony, it was a combo ceremony where everything was like going wrong, where I told the shaman that morning, I said, are you sure I'm supposed to be doing this? Because on the way to you, I left my debit card and I need gas. And I'm already halfway there and I'm not going to make it back to get my debit card. So I got like all the change that like just the little things were going wrong. And he was just looking at me like, yep, just come on. And it was one of the best combo ceremonies I ever had in my life, you know, where not everything is Pisces. You are non-duality, right? The 2 fish. Not everything is dualistic thinking. Not everything is black and white. Not everything is yes or no. Not everything is masculine or feminine, right? Where you can dive into the feminine energy of resting and just simply receiving or healing, right? Purging and still receiving something, Pisces. What's coming through here is expanding your beliefs. And for some of you, it may actually be plant medicine. All right, where whatever plant medicine it is that's coming through strong. And I will say I'm seeing leaves and I am seeing burning. Whatever resonates with you. Let's see what this is, Pisces, all right? But Spirit's saying of like, hey, there's some sort of fear. You know, maybe you feel like that you're not going to receive for doing the deep healing, you know, doing what's hard to do. And again, right, we're also programmed in this world. It's a patriarchal world, no matter what country we are from. And so we think that if we slow down, we take a few days off or this or that, you're going to lose something. No, you get a reward for your hard work, Pisces, over here. All right, sometimes it's taking the time to be still and to release what no longer serves you, to release the blockages and the obstacles to make things happen and come in. For Pisces, on Sacred Medicine, expand your consciousness and the Angel Gate, cleansing, protection, blessing. For Sacred Medicine and expand your consciousness, why the Queen of Cups? Oh, Spirit is calling you, Pisces. Why Sacred Medicine, expand your consciousness and the Angel Gate. We have the Queen of Swords sideways, I will say that. Ooh, Pisces. The shamanic realm, spirit realm is calling you. And like Pisces, you are that realm. You're the 12th house. But listen, Linda, listen. There's a Pisces out there today. That Queen of Swords, you're being asked to release your logic. Where when it comes to plant medicine, like once that medicine goes in, you better not try to make sense of it, right? It's just a surrender. Pisces, this reading is asking for your surrender to what you know Spirit is calling you to do, to the plant medicine, to the this, to the that. Release the mind, the logic. Again, like say ayahuasca, right? You better not try to control that experience. You just surrender to her. That's what I'm seeing here, Pisces. Like this could also be in the past where you went to some sort of shamanic retreat, plant medicine retreat, and it's asking you to stop trying to figure it out, to stop trying to make sense of things, to stop trying to control things. And for some of you, what you need to hear is the ceremony comes after the ceremony. Where every shamanic ceremony you've ever been to, it's never, the medicine man or woman is here and then, I did the ceremony. When you go home, that's when the ceremony starts. And that's what every medicine man or woman says. No, you go home, you apply the medicine. Now the ceremony has finally started, So it could be a past, present, or even future experience. Why the Ace of Pentacles here? Pisces, finances are going to work out for you. But this is, like, for some of you, like, truly, like, are the mushies calling you? Is Aya calling you? Is Kamo? Is the toe? Like, what's calling you? Because this whole reading is a Pisces that's doing some sort of plant medicine, or you're having a also esoteric experience where you can experience that. So what is the esoteric? There's exoteric, mesoteric, esoteric. This is an esoteric reading, Pisces, where you had some sort of direct mystical experience with God, with the mystic, the universe, that, again, it was either on plant medicine or some sort of trance, some sort of breath work, some sort of unexplainable mystical experience that you had with Great Spirit, with God, with the Divine Mother, whatever resonates. But this is like a trance. This is mediumship. This is the 12th house, Pisces. But you're getting a reward for your hard work. All right? The Hermit card here with the Queen of Cups, like you're clearly, Pisces, you're being called to go within, to go straight to Spirit. And again, past, present, or future, where you just had some sort of mystical experience, mediumship, trance, whatever that this is, it does bring in wealth, is what I'm seeing here. You're actually getting some sort of a balance with this Ace of Pentacles, this money over here. Why the Temperance card here? You are successful, Pisces, but how? So interesting here. Through your surrender to Spirit. And that's like where this is for the Pisces that you've been going maybe through money issues, through this, through that, and you're trying everything. You're even taking on extra hours. You're doing this, you're doing that. How does the wealth come in? The moment that you stop doing everything is how this comes in. The World card, I am successful. How did you reach this success? By doing, for some, not necessarily nothing. You still did something. Spirit's calling you home. Temperance card, I create harmony. How do you find that balance and harmony? By going straight to God, to spirit, to that plant medicine, to the this, to the that. You know, what I'm actually seeing is like kind of like God's an eagle's eye view of you. And you're trying to figure it out, and you're running and running and running and doing and doing and doing, and you're working and you're working and working. The second you stop is actually when this all comes in for you, Pisces. And that's what I'm seeing here. The Moon card, I find my way in the darkness. The Temperance card, I create harmony. The feminine is calling you. I find it so funny. The one day that I'm like wearing very masculine clothing, the feminine is calling you, Pisces. All right. But when I say like take those few days off, if a plant medicine spirit's calling you, answer the call. You know, and it could just be you at home. It could be with a friend. It could be with a medicine man, a woman, a shaman, whatever it is. Answer the call. God is calling you here. Spirit, like back home, away from the world, away from everything. You know, it doesn't have to be a physical retreat. You're being called to retreat within yourself. And that's actually how everything comes in. The success comes in by you. I'm all kind of like, and I don't use usually these words, but I'm hearing like obeying God. And, you know, not that there's any punishment or this or that. You're really being called here by Great Spirit, by your spirit team, by your inner feminine. And yeah, God wants you to come home. And that's what I'm seeing here. And that's how everything comes in for you. And what I do see here is I don't want to say that you'd waste your time, but I see you running and running and doing with the masculine energy. When you come home to the feminine here, which the feminine is, again, it's rest, it's intuition, it's coming in home to your emotions, taking time to rest or surrender. That's how all of this comes in for you, Pisces. What an interesting reading. Now, why the Queen of Swords sideways with the Three of Wands here? Why the Queen of Swords sideways? How does this come in? Releasing the logic. Nine of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. Why Queen of Swords and the Three of Wands here? Oh, Pisces, this is such a beautiful reading where you are kind of wrestling with God in a sense. I'm not saying that in like in a bad way, but it's just like, no, but I need to work, but I need to go here. But this is due now. And you're kind of fighting with yourself. Where, again, it's not to say that those things don't exist, right? Where it's like, yeah, you got a due date for this. You need to do this, right? What you don't see is that the second that you just like release, you do some sort of deep surrender. Again, this is like coming home to spirituality, where it's like, nope, Spirit wants you to have a spiritual routine. The second you have that, it all comes in for you. The second you go home to that plant medicine that you know is calling you, it comes in for you. The second you start to really take 3 days off, thinking that you can't do that, it comes in for you. So this reading is really interesting. We have Five of Swords. I choose my battles wisely. Spirit really is saying, like, come home to the heart, the universal heart and mind, and to just really tune out of the logical mind here, Pisces. Now, what's the advice for this reading for Pisces? What is the advice? Ma'at and Sekhmet may resonate with you. We have a lot of Ma'at Sekhmet energy here. It's interesting that, did we have a lion in the beginning? Yes, we did. Strength card, I have courage, justice. Pisces, this reading is very interesting, where, like, rightfully so, you're going to look without a view and you're going to be like, yeah, but I need to go to work, but I need to do this and I need to do that. You need to go within yourself, is what this reading is saying, where truly the second that you go inside of yourself, through plant medicine, through a deep cathartic cry, through a purge, through like just really getting into prayer, you know, maybe some sort of 7-day cleansing, whatever that this is, that is how your justice and balance comes in the outer world. So you could even take on 3 jobs. Those 3 jobs will not equate the even material blessings that you would get by just going home to God for a moment, for a few days, for this meditation, for this plant medicine, for whatever it is. It's the inner feminine or spirit that's really calling you. And that is the only way that this balance comes in for you. But it may be hard to do, and that's what I'm seeing. All right, Pisces. So that's what I have for you. I hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm going to grab some cards of advice. What do we have for Pisces on sacred medicine and expand your consciousness? That's crazy. Expansion. Expansion has come in 5 times in this reading from all different decks. Growth, expansion, and a flowering over here. All right, so Pisces, you are expanding. All right, I'm just seeing, for some, this truly could benefit your energetic field, where I'm seeing like you really could benefit from a cleansing. I do see even your aura like being stretched, where it could be through this. Maybe you're being called to, like the room it is that you're making is bringing stuff in as well. I'm just seeing your auric field expanding. What do we have for Pisces for this reading of sacred medicine and expand your consciousness? Resist dependency. We have take nothing for granted. Stand firm and do not give in to the urge of attachment. Everything falls apart if you waver. Do not forfeit your liberty. Yeah, and that's what Spirit is saying. For some of you, dependency maybe on outside, look at detach over here. Like you really are being called to just surrender, releasing attachments, and it really does all work out for you, Pisces. What do we have for Pisces for sacred medicine and expand your consciousness? Life force energy. Yeah, Pisces. And then you are a healer. You either have already had or you're going to have a very mystical, unexplainable experience with spirit, source, a plant medicine. This is through breath work or trance, or again, plant medicine. All right. But I'm seeing like you having almost like a direct experience with God. And that would be considered like an esoteric experience. This is very mystical. For Pisces, why do we have sacred medicine, expand your consciousness? We do have the 3rd chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Okay, so the solar plexus can resonate with you. I do see a calling back of your energy, of your power, and I see you coming into alignment. And we have the 4th chakra, the heart chakra over here as well. What else do we have for Pisces for this reading on sacred medicine, expand your oh gosh. Now for some of you, this is a plant medicine spirit. It's either spirit, plant medicine, God, whatever resonates with you. Call to action. Okay, Spirit said what Spirit said. We have take charge, lead by example, Commander Ashtar, Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven in the astral realm. And then we do have Isis, magic manifesting over here. So just confirmation, you really are being called because there's some sort of information, mystical healing, some sort of blessing that wants to come in for you. All right. Now, what is some final messages for Pisces for, oh, Jesus. Yes. Spirit said yes. All right. That plant medicine, whatever it is, yes, it is calling you, Pisces. Why sacred medicine and expand your consciousness? Why do we have sacred medicine and expand your consciousness? Too many cards. We do have fertility. Why sacred medicine and expand your consciousness? We do have Shiva over here. We have fame and fortune. We have a sudden shift as well. Why do we have sacred medicine, expand your consciousness? Meditate the unknown. All right, Pisces, you're being called to go into the okay? You are being called to go into the unknown over here. Look at that. Meditate in the unknown. All right. And I do see like Shiva and the Om. Pisces, with the energy of the unknown, the void, right? The cosmic womb is also infinite creation. It is 0 point. And so with our limited and finite minds, we think going into the unknown or the void, surrendering, right? The Hangman card, that nothing is happening. By diving into the unknown, by surrendering to the void or the unknown or the cosmic womb of the Divine Mother, that's where actually everything is happening and everything comes in for you. All right, Pisces, but that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.